The arrival of Zorith. Aaron Vale lived a quiet life in the small town of Eldridge. Every day seemed the same. Waking up to the soft glow of the sunrise, walking through the empty streets, and returning home to his small apartment. He liked the peace, but he often felt that something important was missing. There was a quiet longing inside him, a feeling that his life had more to offer than the ordinary routines he followed. One evening, as Aaron was walking near the outskirts of the town, something strange happened. The sky, usually a calm shade of purple at dusk, began to ripple with strange colors. Green, blue, and violet streaks danced across the horizon. At first, Aaron thought it was a natural phenomenon, a rare kind of aurora. But then he saw it. A bright, glowing figure descending from the sky, moving with purpose, yet strangely graceful. Aaron froze. The figure landed in a small clearing a few meters away. It was tall, much taller than any human he had ever seen. Its skin shimmered like liquid silver under the fading sunlight, and its eyes glowed softly like twin stars. Aaron's heart raced. Could this be real? Was he dreaming? The figure spoke, and the sound was unlike anything Aaron had heard. It was a voice that resonated in his mind rather than his ears. Do not be afraid. I mean no harm. Aaron swallowed hard, his voice barely a whisper. Who are you? I am Zorith, the figure replied. I come from a place far beyond your world. I am a traveler, an explorer of the stars. Aaron felt both fear and awe. He had always dreamed of meeting someone from another world, but now that it was happening, he wasn't sure he was ready. Still, there was something in Zorith's presence that felt familiar, almost comforting. Over the next few days, Zorith stayed near Eldridge. He moved carefully, observing the town, the people, and the strange little routines of human life. Aaron, unable to contain his curiosity, approached him. You're different, Aaron said one evening as they sat near the river that ran along the town's edge. You're not like anything I've ever seen. Zorith's eyes glowed softly. Yes, I am different, but perhaps we are not so different inside. I have seen many worlds, many beings, but I have never met someone like you. Aaron felt a strange warmth in his chest. For the first time in his life, he felt that someone truly understood him. And he realized that Zorith, despite being from another world, seemed to understand human emotions perfectly. Days turned into weeks. Aaron and Zorith spent hours together. Zorith taught Aaron things he could never have imagined, about the stars, the planets, and civilizations far beyond Earth. He spoke of worlds where people could communicate without words, where cities floated in the sky, and where knowledge was shared through thoughts instead of books. Aaron listened in amazement, soaking in every word. But it wasn't just knowledge that drew him closer to Zorith. It was the friendship that grew between them. Zorith laughed at Aaron's jokes, even when they were terrible. He listened patiently when Aaron talked about his small, lonely life. And sometimes, when the night was quiet, they would sit together under the stars, simply enjoying the silence. One evening, as the sky turned dark and the first stars appeared, Zorith turned to Aaron with a serious expression. There is something I must tell you, he said. I am not here permanently. My journey will not last forever. But I feel a connection with you, Aaron. A bond that is rare, even among my own kind. Aaron's heart sank. He had begun to feel that Zorith was more than just a visitor. He was a friend, perhaps the only true friend Aaron had ever had. What do you mean? He asked quietly. Zorith's glow dimmed slightly, a sign of the seriousness in his tone. Life in the universe is vast and often dangerous. I cannot stay here forever. But while I am here, I want to share everything with you. Knowledge, experiences, and friendship. Aaron nodded, feeling a mix of joy and sadness. He realized that he had been waiting for this moment all his life, and now that it had arrived, he could not imagine a future without Zorith's presence. As days passed, the bond between Aaron and Zorith deepened. They explored the forests near Eldridge, learning about each other's worlds. Zorith shared stories of distant galaxies, of planets with oceans of liquid crystal and skies that changed colors every hour. Aaron shared stories of Earth, of the simple beauty of human life, of sunsets and rivers and the laughter of people. One afternoon, Zorith showed Aaron a strange device, glowing with an inner light. "This is a tool from my world," he explained. "It can show you places far beyond your sight, reveal knowledge hidden from ordinary eyes." Aaron stared at it in awe, realizing that his life had changed in ways he could never have imagined. But it wasn't just the wonders of the universe that Aaron cherished. It was Zorith himself, the way he listened, the way he cared, the way he seemed to understand Aaron's thoughts even before he spoke. Aaron had found a friend unlike any other, someone who could see beyond the ordinary, someone who could make him feel that the universe was not just vast and lonely, but full of possibilities. One evening, as they sat under the stars, Aaron asked, "Zorith, why me? Why do you trust me?" Zorith's eyes glowed softly, reflecting the stars above. "Because, Aaron, you are different too. You see the world with curiosity and wonder. You care for others, and you have a heart brave enough to face the unknown. That is rare, even among my own kind." Aaron felt a warmth he could not explain. In that moment, he realized that life would never be the same again. Zorith was not just a visitor from another world. He was a friend, a teacher, and a guide. And though Aaron did not yet know it, this friendship would change the course of his life forever. As the night deepened, Zorith stood and looked at the stars. "Tomorrow we will explore more," he said. "There is much for you to learn, Aaron, much for you to see, and I will be here, by your side, until the day comes when our paths must diverge." Aaron nodded, his heart filled with both excitement and unease. He did not know what the future held, but one thing was certain. The arrival of Zorith had opened a door to a universe beyond imagination, and Aaron was ready to step through it one day, one adventure at a time. The unthinkable news. The days after Zorith's arrival passed like a dream for Aaron Vale. He could hardly believe that someone from another world had chosen to be his friend, to share stories of distant galaxies, and to teach him secrets of the universe. Every moment spent with Zorith felt like a gift, and Aaron found himself waiting eagerly for each new adventure. But one morning, something felt wrong. The sun rose over Eldridge, painting the sky in warm gold and pink, yet the usual vibrancy seemed absent. Aaron found Zorith sitting silently near the river, his luminous skin dimmer than usual. The soft glow that usually radiated from him seemed faint, almost fragile. "Zorith?" Aaron asked, approaching cautiously. "Are you okay?" Zorith turned slowly, his glowing eyes softer, more distant than before. "Aaron, there is something I must tell you," he said, his voice unusually heavy. "It is not easy." Aaron felt a chill in his chest. The words alone carried a weight he could not ignore. "What is it?" he asked, trying to mask the rising fear in his voice. Zorith took a deep breath, his form shimmering as though fighting against something inside. "I am dying." The words struck Aaron like a lightning bolt. He stumbled backward, unable to speak. "Dying? But aliens don't die. I mean, not like humans, right?" His mind raced, refusing to accept what he had just heard. Zorith shook his head slowly. "Even beings from distant worlds are not immortal, Aaron. My body, my energy, it is failing. Soon, I will cease to exist in this form." Aaron's heart pounded, his world tilting. He had imagined adventures, knowledge, and discoveries with Zorith, but never this. Death was supposed to be far away, a concept for humans, not for luminous travelers from the stars. "Isn't there something we can do?" Aaron asked, desperation creeping into his voice. "Medicine? Technology? Anything?" Zorith's faint smile was tinged with sadness. "There is no cure, Aaron. Some things are beyond even my knowledge. But there is something I can do. Something I must do, before it is too late." Aaron felt a knot in his stomach. He didn't understand. "What do you mean?" Zorith gestured toward a small clearing nearby. "Follow me. I want to show you something." Reluctantly, Aaron followed. The closer he got, the more he noticed the subtle changes in Zorith's form. His glow flickered, and he moved slower than usual. When they reached the clearing, a soft, pulsating light emerged from the ground. Zorith knelt beside it, his hand hovering above the strange crystal. This, Zorith explained, is a device that contains my entire legacy. Everything I have learned, all the knowledge I have gathered from the stars, all the treasures I have acquired, and even more. I want you to have it, Aaron. Aaron blinked. Me? Why me? How could I? Zorith placed a glowing hand on Aaron's shoulder. Because you are my friend, because I trust you, and because I know you will continue what I cannot. But there is more. Aaron's curiosity battled with fear. More? What do you mean? Zorith looked away, his eyes reflecting a distant sadness. Lyra, my partner. She will need guidance after I am gone. She will need someone to care for her, to help her adjust to this world, to protect her. Aaron felt a shock ripple through him. Lyra, Zorith's wife? The thought was overwhelming. He had seen glimpses of her before, in Zorith's stories, a being of grace and wisdom, whose presence alone commanded attention. And now Zorith was entrusting her to him? Yes, Zorith continued softly. I know it is unusual, but I have no one else I trust as I trust you. You must promise me that you will be there for her, that you will honor our bond, even after I am gone. Aaron struggled to comprehend the enormity of the responsibility. His mind raced. How could he care for someone from another world? Someone so different, someone so important to Zorith. Yet, looking into Zorith's glowing eyes, he saw a deep trust, a faith in him that could not be ignored. I'll try, Aaron said finally, his voice trembling. I promise, Zorith. Zorith nodded, a faint smile on his face. That is all I ask, Aaron. And there is one more thing. Something I must warn you about. My legacy. The knowledge I leave behind. It is powerful. Some will seek it. Some may try to take it. You must be careful and you must be wise. Aaron felt a mixture of fear and excitement. He had always dreamed of adventure, of something beyond the ordinary life he had lived. But he had never imagined that it would come with such danger or such responsibility. For the next few days, Zorith spent every moment teaching Aaron how to use the crystalline device, how to access the knowledge stored within it, and how to understand the technology that would soon belong to him. Each lesson was filled with wonder, but also with a sense of urgency. Zorith was growing weaker, his glow fading with each passing hour. One night, as they sat under the stars, Aaron asked quietly, Zorith, are you afraid? The alien's glowing eyes softened. No, Aaron, I am not afraid, but I am sad. Sad to leave this world, sad to leave you, and sad for Lyra. Life is precious, even for beings like me. And now, it will be your turn to carry on what I have built. Aaron nodded, tears welling in his eyes. He realized that his life was about to change in ways he could never imagine. The arrival of Zorith had brought friendship, knowledge, and adventure, but it had also brought responsibility, loss, and a challenge unlike anything he had ever faced. As Zorith rested, Aaron stayed by his side, determined to learn everything he could, to prepare for the day when Zorith would be gone. He didn't yet know how he would manage Lyra, or how he would face the dangers that might come for Zorith's legacy. But one thing was certain. He would not fail his friend. The night was quiet, the stars glowing softly above, as Aaron silently vowed to honor Zorith's trust. The unthinkable news had come, shaking his world to its core. Yet, within that shock, there was also a sense of purpose, a promise that the adventure had only just begun. The last will. The day had come when Aaron Vale could no longer pretend that Zorith's time was indefinite. The luminous alien friend, whose presence had turned Aaron's ordinary life into something extraordinary, was growing weaker by the hour. Each step Zorith took seemed heavier, his glowing skin dimmer, and the energy that once radiated from him now flickered like a candle in the wind. Aaron's heart ached. He had hoped, against all reason, that Zorith would remain, that he could continue learning from him, laughing with him, exploring the secrets of the universe together. But deep down, he knew the moment was approaching, the moment when Zorith would leave him with a responsibility far beyond anything he had ever imagined. That evening, Zorith called Aaron to his private chamber, a place hidden from the rest of the town. The chamber was filled with strange artifacts, glowing devices, and machines that hummed with alien energy. The air itself seemed alive, vibrating softly under the presence of ancient knowledge. "Aaron," Zorith began, his voice steady but faint, "everything I have built, everything I have collected in my travels across the stars, I leave to you." Aaron's eyes widened. "Everything? But how? I don't even understand half of this." Zorith's eyes glimmered with warmth. "You will, Aaron. I trust you to learn. You are stronger than you realize. And there is one more thing." Aaron felt a chill run down his spine. He had a sense of what was coming, though he couldn't put it into words. "What is it?" Zorith's gaze turned solemn. "Lyra, my partner. She will need guidance, care, and companionship. I leave her in your care." Aaron felt as if the ground had shifted beneath him. Lyra, the elegant, ethereal being Zorith had spoken of so often, whose very presence seemed to carry the wisdom of galaxies, was now his responsibility? The thought was overwhelming. "Her? You mean, she will stay with me?" Zorith nodded slowly. "Yes, I have no one else I trust as I trust you. She will need someone to protect her, to guide her through this world. And I know that you can do it." Aaron struggled to comprehend it all. The inheritance was more than wealth or knowledge. It was life itself, a living being who had been Zorith's companion for centuries. And now, for reasons Aaron did not fully understand, Zorith had chosen him to continue this legacy. "You must understand," Zorith continued, his voice growing weaker. "This is not a burden to fear. It is a chance to carry forward what I have begun. Together, you and Lyra can continue exploring, learning, and protecting the knowledge I have gathered. But you must be careful. There are forces in the universe that would seek to claim this knowledge for themselves. You must be wise, cautious, and brave." Aaron swallowed hard. He wanted to argue, to say that he was not ready, that he was just an ordinary human, unprepared for responsibilities that spanned galaxies. But when he looked at Zorith, he saw the trust, the faith, and the love that his friend placed in him. There was no room for hesitation. I will do it," Aaron said finally, his voice firm despite the fear inside him. "I promise, Zorith. I will take care of Lyra and your legacy. I won't let you down." Zorith's glowing eyes softened, a faint smile appearing on his face. "I know you won't, Aaron. That is why I chose you." He handed Aaron a crystalline device, pulsating with soft light. "This contains everything, my knowledge, my technology, my discoveries, and my will. It is the key to my legacy. Use it wisely, and it will guide you." Aaron held the device carefully, marveling at its intricate design. It seemed alive, humming with power, and he could feel the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. This was no ordinary inheritance. This was the culmination of centuries of exploration, wisdom, and life experience. And now it was in his hands. Zorith paused, then spoke again, his voice weaker this time. "There is one more thing, Aaron. Promise me that you will treat Lyra as a partner, not as property. She is not an object or a prize. She is a being of great wisdom and power. Respect her, learn from her, and protect her as you would yourself." Aaron nodded solemnly, understanding the importance of this guidance. "I promise, Zorith. I will honor her and your trust." As the night deepened, Zorith and Aaron spent their remaining hours together exploring the device, learning how to access the knowledge stored within it. Zorith taught Aaron about the alien technology, explaining its functions in simple terms that Aaron could understand. Each lesson was a step closer to preparing Aaron for the life that awaited him. A life filled with wonder, danger, and responsibility. Eventually, Zorith grew too weak to continue. He lay back, his glow dimming, yet his eyes shone with a serene light. "Aaron, remember, the greatest gift I leave you is not the technology or the knowledge. It is the trust, the friendship, and the responsibility to continue what I began. Protect Lyra. Learn, explore. And never forget that even in death, my presence will guide you. Aaron sat by his side, holding Zoratha's hand gently. He could feel the warmth fading, the light dimming, yet he also felt an unbreakable bond that transcended physical form. He had been entrusted with a legacy beyond imagination, and he would honor it. When Zorath finally closed his eyes, a calm silence filled the chamber. Aaron stayed there for hours, absorbing the enormity of what had happened. He had inherited a universe of knowledge, a living partner in Lyra, and a responsibility that could shape the course of human and alien history alike. As the first rays of dawn broke over Eldridge, Aaron knew one thing for certain. Life would never be the same. Zoratha's death had marked the end of one chapter, but it had also opened the door to an adventure unlike any other. He held the crystalline device tightly, ready to face the challenges, mysteries, and wonders that awaited him. And somewhere in his heart, he knew that Zoratha's presence would never truly leave him. The bond they shared, the trust placed in him, and the legacy entrusted to his care would guide him through every step of the journey ahead. Inheriting the impossible. The morning after Zoratha's passing, the world felt quieter to Aaron Vale. The vibrant glow that had always surrounded his friend was gone, leaving a void that seemed impossible to fill. The crystalline device rested in his hands, humming softly with a strange energy, as if reminding him that Zoratha's trust and his legacy was now his responsibility. Aaron sat alone in Zoratha's chamber, trying to make sense of everything. The artifacts, the alien technology, the glowing machines, they were overwhelming. He had been warned that this inheritance was powerful, dangerous even. Yet he had never imagined how truly immense it would be. A soft sound drew Aaron's attention. From the shadowed corner of the chamber emerged Lyra, Zoratha's partner. She moved with a grace that was almost hypnotic, her skin shimmering like moonlight, eyes reflecting galaxies within them. She looked at Aaron silently, her expression unreadable. "Aaron Vale," she said finally, her voice melodic and calm. "You are the one Zorath trusted to continue his legacy." Aaron's throat went dry. I'll do my best, Lyra. I promise." Lyra studied him for a long moment, as if searching for truth in his words. Then she nodded. "Very well, but you must understand. This is not a small task. Zoratha's knowledge is vast. His technology beyond human understanding. And I am not someone you can control. You must earn my trust as Zorath did." Aaron swallowed, feeling both awe and fear. He had never imagined that inheriting Zoratha's legacy would involve caring for such a being. Someone powerful, intelligent, and utterly alien. But he also felt the weight of Zoratha's trust pressing upon him, and he knew there was no turning back. Over the next few days, Aaron and Lyra began to explore Zoratha's world together. The crystalline device guided them through the mansion-like chamber filled with alien artifacts. Each object seemed to hum with a life of its own. Some contained knowledge of distant galaxies, others held tools for manipulating energy in ways Aaron could barely comprehend. Lyra patiently explained the basics. "This device," she said, touching the crystal, "contains everything Zorath learned over centuries. It is more than a tool. It is a guide, a teacher, and a protector. But it will not reveal its secrets to someone unworthy. You must learn, adapt, and prove yourself." Aaron nodded, determination rising inside him. "I'll do whatever it takes. I won't fail him, or you." Lyra's eyes softened slightly. "Good. Then let us begin." The lessons were challenging. Aaron had to learn not just to read the alien technology, but to understand it intuitively. Devices responded to thought as much as touch. Some required emotional connection, others demanded logic and precision. Every step was a struggle, but with Lyra's guidance, Aaron began to grasp the fundamentals. One evening, as they rested in the chamber, Lyra spoke softly. "Aaron, Zoratha's death was not just an ending. It was a beginning. You have inherited more than objects or knowledge. You have inherited purpose. You have the chance to shape worlds, to protect what is valuable, and to carry forward the vision Zorath believed in." Aaron looked at her, realizing the truth in her words. He had always wanted to make a difference, to escape the ordinary life he had led. Now the opportunity had come, but it came with danger, responsibility, and uncertainty. Over the next few weeks, Aaron discovered that Zoratha's inheritance was more than he had imagined. The crystalline device revealed star maps, alien languages, and designs for incredible technologies. Machines that could bend energy, manipulate matter, and even travel between worlds. Aaron marveled at the possibilities, but he also understood the responsibility. These were not toys, they were tools that could change the universe if used wisely, or destroy it if misused. Lyra observed him closely during these lessons. She tested his judgment, his patience, and his courage. At times, Aaron failed, making mistakes that could have been disastrous. But he also learned quickly, driven by the trust Zorath had placed in him. Slowly, a bond grew between Aaron and Lyra, not as master and subordinate but as partners. One afternoon, as Aaron experimented with a device that projected holographic maps of distant star systems, Lyra approached him. "Do you understand what Zorath left you, Aaron?" she asked. "I think so," Aaron replied, his eyes fixed on the swirling stars in front of him. "It's not just knowledge or power. It's a responsibility, a chance to continue his work and protect it." Lyra nodded. "Yes, and there will be those who seek to take it from you. Enemies who will come for the knowledge, for the technology, for me." Aaron's heart skipped a beat. Enemies? She looked at him seriously. Zorath made powerful allies, but also powerful enemies. Some will stop at nothing to claim what he left behind. You must be ready, Aaron. You must be strong. For the first time, Aaron felt the weight of what he had inherited. This was no longer just an adventure. It was survival, strategy, and courage all rolled into one. And he was not alone. Lyra, the being he had once seen as untouchable, now stood by his side as a guide, mentor, and companion. Together, they would face whatever challenges awaited them. That night, Aaron gazed at the stars from Zoratha's chamber balcony. He thought about his old life, the quiet streets of Eldridge, the simple routines, the lonely days. Now, that life seemed distant, almost insignificant. He had inherited a universe filled with wonder, danger, and possibility. And somewhere in the back of his mind, he knew that Zoratha's trust and Lyra's guidance would help him navigate it all. The impossible had become his reality. Aaron clenched his fists, determination shining in his eyes. He would not waste this gift. He would honor Zoratha's legacy, protect Lyra, and rise to meet the challenges that lay ahead. The adventure had only just begun, and he was ready to step into the unknown, facing the challenges. Aaron Vale had grown stronger in the weeks following Zoratha's passing. He had begun to understand the strange, glowing devices, the alien knowledge, and the incredible technology that Zorath had left behind. Lyra had become not only his guide but also his ally, teaching him how to approach problems with patience, logic, and intuition. Together, they explored the vast potential of Zoratha's legacy. But the universe was not as kind as Aaron had imagined. It didn't take long for him to discover that power often attracted danger. It began with subtle signs. A device would malfunction inexplicably, or a glowing artifact would flicker as though disturbed. Lyra's eyes, always observant, noticed patterns that Aaron missed. "They are coming," she said quietly one night, her gaze fixed on the stars. "Those who desire Zoratha's knowledge will not wait. They will come for us soon." Aaron felt a chill. "Us? You mean people from other worlds?" Lyra nodded. "Yes, and not all of them are friendly. Some will stop at nothing to claim what Zorath left behind. We must be prepared." The first attack came sooner than Aaron expected. One evening, while he and Lyra were examining a holographic star map, a sudden wave of energy pulsed through the chamber. Alarms blared, and the walls shimmered as if reality itself were bending. Outside, the night sky lit up with streaks of light, ships from another world, cloaked in shadow, moving with deadly precision. "They're here," Lyra whispered, her voice steady but tense. Aaron's heart raced. He had trained with Zoratha's technology, but he had never faced real danger. The intruders were not human. They were alien beings, their forms shifting and fluid, their eyes glowing red with hunger for power. Lyra moved quickly, her body glowing softly as she activated a protective barrier around the chamber. "Stay close, Aaron," she said. "I will guide you. Focus, and do not panic." Aaron's hands trembled as he touched the crystalline device, feeling its hum resonate with his heartbeat. He concentrated, following Lyra's instructions, and the device projected a defensive energy field. Blasts from the alien attackers bounced harmlessly off the barrier, illuminating the chamber in bursts of color. For hours, they defended themselves, moving in perfect sync. Lyra's knowledge and Aaron's determination created a powerful combination. Slowly, they began to repel the attackers using both strategy and courage. Aaron discovered that his human intuition, his ability to think creatively and adapt quickly, was just as important as the alien technology. When the attackers finally retreated, leaving scorched marks and faint energy residue behind, Aaron slumped to the ground, exhausted. I can't believe we survived," he said, his voice shaking. Lyra placed a glowing hand on his shoulder. "You did well, Aaron. Survival is not just about strength. It is about intelligence, adaptability, and trust. You have all three, but this was only a warning. There will be more challenges, and they will not be easy." In the following days, Aaron and Lyra worked tirelessly to strengthen their defenses. The crystalline device revealed hidden technologies within the mansion: energy shields, advanced communication systems, and even weapons that could defend them without harming others unnecessarily. Aaron learned quickly, guided by Lyra's patient instruction. But the challenges were not only external. Aaron had to face his own doubts, fears, and insecurities. Could he truly handle this responsibility? Could he protect Lyra, honor Zoratha's legacy, and survive the dangers that now lurked in the galaxy? One night, as he stared at the stars, Aaron whispered, "I don't know if I'm ready for this, but I have to be. I can't fail Zorath or Lyra." Lyra, standing silently behind him, placed a hand on his shoulder. "Aaron, courage is not the absence of fear. It is acting despite fear. You are ready because you have already faced the first test, and you will face many more. But remember, Zoratha's legacy is not just power. It is wisdom, knowledge, and trust. That is what will guide you." Aaron nodded, feeling a new determination growing inside him. He realized that facing challenges was not just about survival. It was about growth, learning, and becoming the person Zorath believed he could be. The next attack came weeks later. This time it was more cunning. An alien envoy arrived, disguised as humans, attempting to infiltrate Eldridge quietly. Aaron and Lyra detected them immediately, using sensors and analytical tools within Zoratha's devices. They confronted the intruders before they could reach the mansion, using a combination of skill and strategy to neutralize the threat. Aaron began to see the pattern. Zorath had prepared him for this. Every lesson, every artifact, every moment of training was part of a plan. The crystal device was not only a key to knowledge but also a guide for survival. As the days passed, Aaron grew stronger, braver, and more confident. He and Lyra became a team, partners in exploration, defense, and learning. Their bond deepened, founded on mutual respect, trust, and the shared responsibility of carrying forward Zoratha's legacy. One evening, after another long day of preparation, Lyra looked at Aaron with a small smile. "You are becoming more like Zorath than you realize. Not in form, but in purpose, courage, and vision. He would be proud of you." Aaron felt a rush of emotion. For the first time, he truly understood the weight of what Zorath had left him, and the honor of being entrusted with it. "I'll do my best, Lyra. For him, and for us." As they looked up at the stars, the night sky seemed to shimmer with possibility. Aaron knew that more challenges would come, more enemies would arrive, and more dangers would test him. But with Lyra by his side, and Zoratha's legacy as their guide, he felt ready. The universe was vast, unpredictable, and often dangerous. But Aaron Vale had discovered something even more powerful than alien technology: courage, friendship, and the determination to face whatever lay ahead. And in that determination, the true adventure of his life was only just beginning. The legacy continues. Months had passed since Aaron Vale first inherited Zoratha's legacy. The quiet, ordinary life he had once known was a distant memory. The mansion, filled with alien technology, had become a second home, and Lyra, Zoratha's partner, had become more than a guide. She was a friend, an ally, and a companion in every sense of the word. Together, Aaron and Lyra had faced multiple threats, repelled alien attackers, and begun to unlock the vast knowledge stored within the crystalline device. Yet, despite the dangers and the challenges, something extraordinary had begun to take shape. Aaron was no longer just a human from Eldridge. He was a bridge between worlds, a protector of knowledge, and a leader in a universe far larger than he had ever imagined. One evening, as the twin moons of Eldridge rose in the sky, Lyra approached Aaron while he studied a holographic star map. "Aaron," she said softly, "it is time for you to step beyond this world. Zoratha's legacy is not meant to remain here. There are civilizations out there, some friendly, some hostile, that need guidance, knowledge, or protection. And you are ready." Aaron looked up, his eyes wide. "Out there? Beyond Earth?" Lyra nodded. "Yes, Zorath prepared you for this. All the lessons, the technology, the training, it was meant to make you ready. And now, it is your turn to carry forward his vision." The thought was overwhelming. Aaron remembered the first days after Zoratha's death. The shock, the fear, the responsibility of inheriting alien knowledge and caring for Lyra. Yet now, he felt something different. A sense of purpose, a sense of belonging in a universe that had once felt so vast and intimidating. "Where do we start?" Aaron asked, determination growing in his voice. Lyra smiled. "We start by exploring, learning, and protecting, and by making allies, not enemies. The galaxy is full of wonders and dangers, but Zorath believed in hope, and now it is our duty to continue that belief." Over the next weeks, Aaron and Lyra worked tirelessly to prepare for interstellar travel. The crystalline device revealed hidden technologies within Zoratha's mansion. A small spacecraft capable of faster-than-light travel, energy shields that could withstand immense forces, and communication tools to reach distant civilizations. Aaron quickly mastered the basics, and with Lyra's guidance, they embarked on their first journey beyond Earth's atmosphere. Their first stop was a planet on the outer edge of the solar system, where an alien civilization struggled with environmental collapse. Aaron and Lyra used Zoratha's technology to stabilize the planet's energy grid and help its people adapt. Aaron realized that Zoratha's legacy was more than machines and data. It was the power to make a difference, to bring hope where it was needed most. But not all encounters were peaceful. On another mission, they discovered a rogue faction seeking Zoratha's knowledge for their own gain. The attackers were well prepared, using tactics and technologies that tested Aaron's skills to the limit. Yet, he and Lyra faced them with courage, strategy, and determination. Aaron discovered that human intuition, combined with alien technology, gave him an advantage no enemy had expected. Through every challenge, the bond between Aaron and Lyra deepened. She was no longer just a companion. She became his equal, a partner in decisions, strategies, and discoveries. And Aaron, once an ordinary human, was growing into someone capable of facing cosmic threats, making moral choices, and carrying the weight of a legacy that spanned the stars. One evening, as they traveled through a glowing nebula, Lyra spoke quietly. "Aaron, you have come far. Zorath would be proud. But remember, this is only the beginning. There are secrets in the universe that even he did not uncover. And they will challenge you, test you, and sometimes frighten you. But that is the path of the legacy you inherited." Aaron nodded, looking at the swirling lights of the nebula. "I understand, Lyra, and I won't turn back. We will face whatever comes together, and we will honor Zoratha's trust." In the weeks that followed, Aaron and Lyra explored distant star systems, uncovering civilizations in need of guidance, protecting knowledge from those who would misuse it, and learning more about the universe and themselves than they had ever imagined. Aaron began to understand a profound truth. Zoratha's greatest gift was not the technology or knowledge, but the responsibility to use them wisely, courageously, and with compassion. As they rested one night aboard their spacecraft, Lyra looked at Aaron and said, "You see, Aaron, the legacy is not just about what Zorath left behind. It is about what we do with it. It is about the lives we touch, the choices we make, and the hope we bring. That is the true power of the legacy." Aaron smiled, feeling a sense of purpose he had never known before. "Then we will make it count, Lyra. For Zorath, for the universe, and for all those who need us." And as they looked out at the infinite expanse of stars, Aaron Vale realized that his life had transformed completely. The ordinary human from Eldridge had inherited a universe of possibilities, challenges, and responsibilities. And with Lyra by his side, he was ready to face it all. Zoratha's legacy was alive, not just in the technology, not just in the knowledge, but in the courage, trust, and hope that Aaron now carried. The adventure was far from over. The universe awaited, and Aaron Vale, guided by Lyra and the memory of his friend, was ready to continue a journey that would shape the stars themselves. The legacy fulfilled. Years had passed since Aaron Vale first inherited Zoratha's legacy. The once ordinary human from Eldridge had grown into someone extraordinary, a protector of knowledge, a traveler across the stars, and a leader in a universe far larger than he had ever imagined. By his side was Lyra, Zoratha's partner, whose wisdom, strength, and guidance had become inseparable from Aaron's journey. Together, they had faced countless challenges, forged alliances, and helped civilizations in need. But the greatest test of their courage was yet to come. One day, while exploring a remote galaxy, their sensors detected a massive energy surge. It was unlike anything they had encountered, a dark, unstable force that threatened to consume nearby star systems. Lyra studied the readings carefully. "This is not natural," she said gravely. "Something or someone is harnessing an enormous power. If left unchecked, it could destroy entire civilizations." Aaron clenched his fists. "Then we have to stop it, whatever it takes." The journey to confront the threat was long and perilous. They navigated through asteroid fields, avoided gravitational anomalies, and faced hostile patrols from a faction that sought Zoratha's knowledge for their own gain. Each obstacle tested their skills, teamwork, and resolve. Aaron had learned much since the early days of inheriting Zoratha's devices, but every challenge pushed him further, revealing strengths he hadn't known he possessed. Finally, they arrived at the source, a colossal fortress floating near a dying star, pulsating with chaotic energy. Lyra's expression was tense. "This is a trap," she said, "but it is also an opportunity. We must be precise, careful, and unwavering." Inside the fortress, Aaron and Lyra faced the leader of the rogue faction, a being whose power rivaled Zoratha's own. The battle was fierce. Energy blasts lit up the corridors, alien technology clashed, and strategies collided in a test of intellect and courage. Aaron drew upon everything he had learned, the crystalline device, Lyra's guidance, and his own human intuition. In the midst of the chaos, he remembered Zoratha's words, "The greatest gift is not knowledge or power. It is trust, courage, and the choices you make." With that thought, Aaron made a daring move. He used the crystalline device to manipulate the fortress's energy, redirecting the destructive force harmlessly into the star, stabilizing the structure and neutralizing the enemy's advantage. Lyra joined him, amplifying the device's power with her own energy. Together, they succeeded. The rogue faction was defeated, and the threat neutralized. Breathing heavily, Aaron looked at Lyra. "We did it. We really did it." Lyra smiled, her eyes reflecting the stars beyond. "Yes, Aaron, you have honored Zoratha's legacy. You have grown into someone who can carry his vision forward, not just surviving, but thriving, protecting, and inspiring." As they returned to their ship, Aaron reflected on the journey. From the quiet streets of Eldridge to the farthest reaches of the galaxy, his life had changed in ways he could never have imagined. The lessons he had learned, the importance of courage, trust, and friendship, had shaped him into a leader and protector. Over the following months, Aaron and Lyra continued their mission, exploring new worlds, helping civilizations rebuild, and safeguarding the knowledge that Zorith had left behind. They became legends among the stars, not for conquest, but for wisdom, bravery, and compassion. One evening, as they gazed at a nebula glowing with colors beyond imagination, Aaron spoke quietly. "Lyra, do you think Zorith would be proud of us?" Lyra placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "He would, Aaron. He entrusted everything to you because he knew you could rise to the challenge. And look at what you have done. Not just with the legacy, but with your life, your choices, and your heart. That is the true fulfillment of his trust." Aaron nodded, feeling a profound sense of peace. He had inherited a universe of possibilities, danger, and responsibility. But he had also inherited purpose, friendship, and hope. Zorith's gift had not just changed his life. It had shaped the future of countless worlds. As they traveled together, navigating the stars, Aaron realized something important. The legacy was not confined to devices or knowledge. It lived in actions, choices, and the courage to face the unknown. And in that, Zorith's spirit would always guide him. The universe stretched endlessly before them, full of mysteries yet to be discovered, dangers yet to be faced, and civilizations yet to be saved. But Aaron Vale, guided by Lyra and inspired by the trust of his fallen friend, knew one truth above all. He was ready. He had inherited everything Zorith had left behind, but more importantly, he had inherited the courage to carry it forward. The legacy continued, alive in him, alive in Lyra, and alive in the countless lives they would touch across the stars. And somewhere, in the vastness of space, Zorith's presence lingered. Not as a shadow, but as a guiding light, reminding them that true friendship, trust, and courage could transcend worlds, lifetimes, and even death itself. The adventure was far from over. But for Aaron Vale, the impossible had become possible. The legacy was fulfilled, and the universe would never be the same again.